The New Orleans Saints added another wide receiver to their offense this Saturday, making a trade with the New England Patriots. We'll talk about it right here on the Straight Up Saints podcast.
You're listening to the Straight Up Saints podcast.
What is up, Who Dat Nation? Welcome inside another edition of the Straight Up Saints podcast. I'm your host, Chris Roosevelt. And as always, the Straight Up Saints podcast is brought to you by Scott McNair, Injury Lawyers. Been injured any kind of accident, car, truck, 18-wheeler, hurt offshore. Scott McNair handles it all. You give him a call at 504-500-1111 for a free consultation. They'll always fight for the win. The Saints making their second wide receiver trade in about the last month, this time around with the New England Patriots. And it's a little bit of an unorthodox wide receiver trade, I would say. So they are acquiring former second-round pick Ja'Lynn Polk from the Patriots, along with a 2028 seventh-round pick in exchange for a 2027 sixth-round pick. So trading away a sixth-round pick, getting a seventh-round pick, and Ja'Lynn Polk in return. Now, what makes this a little bit unusual? It's not about trading for a wide receiver. It's the fact that they're trading for a player who is on season-ending IR right now with a shoulder injury that he had to get surgery on back in August. So you're not going to see Ja'Lynn Polk this year. It's not like the Vele trade where at some point we're going to see him in a bigger role for the Saints, I'd imagine. Polk, you're not going to see this year. And I'm sure there'll probably be some Saints fans who are like, man, what the hell are you doing trading for an injured player? I think this is two things. A, very clearly, the Saints are trying to buy low on young talent. And B, yet again, signals that the Saints are more than okay with playing the long game. And frankly, that's what they have to do right now because they're not in the title contender picture. I don't really think they're in the division contending picture right now. So you're playing the long game. And by doing so, you go out there today and you trade for a former second-round pick from Washington who, in his last season of college football was outstanding. Had over 1,000 yards, was really prolific. Obviously, Washington had a great season. That was the year they led by Michael Penix. They also had Rome Odunze, and they made the national championship game before falling short to Michigan. Polk was excellent that year. He's the 37th overall pick from last year's draft. And look, his rookie season with New England was pretty disappointing. Didn't even have 100 yards receiving. Did have 2 touchdowns. And again, 6'1", bigger frame. Like, you can use him as that type of weapon. Well, you'll get some good production out of him. But look, I think for New Orleans, you're in a rebuild. We all know this. You go out there and you have a chance to buy extremely low on a second-round pick. You take that chance at a position of need, by the way, because the Saints are going to have to make decisions at some point. How much are you going to pay Olave? Are you going to pay Olave? How much are you going to pay Shaheed if you are going to pay Shaheed? And no, this isn't to say that Ja'Lynn Polk is going to replace one of those two or be that replacement per se. But again, if you're New Orleans, you never stop stockpiling talent, especially at this position. And it is a young option. I mean, you're literally adding a 23-year-old to the room now, hoping that he can use this season to get healthy and then figure out how he looks next year. And it's not the same exact example that we saw earlier this week with the Packers and Christian Watson, but it's the same principle. And obviously, because Christian Watson's more of a proven player, a better player, it's the same principle of like, hey, take this year, get healthy, and we'll see what you can do in 2026. I think the Saints are doing that. So he's got time now while he's rehabbing to go through that Kellen Moore offense, to see what it's about, see where he fits in all this. And look, either he makes some headwaves in terms of the preseason and training camp next year, or he doesn't. And if this doesn't work and the Saints ended up whiffing on this, guess what? It cost you a 6th-round pick. So for me, the reward can be pretty good. Like I said, this is a talented player back at Washington, and the risk is very, very minimal. And for a rebuilding team, it's very hard to get yourself in a position where you can make a deal like this. So for the Saints, I'm going to applaud this one. I know when they traded for Vele, I was a little bit like, man, I don't love it because you're trading a 4th and a 7th. He is an older player, and he's a more productive player. There's no doubt about it. But, what's the ceiling, and the risk can be concerning. This trade, I'm not going to lose sleep over the Saints parting ways with a 2027 6th-round pick. I'm just not. I don't know what the team's going to look like by the time that season comes around. So definitely cool with the compensation, and I'm definitely excited about the Saints taking a risk on a player who, like I mentioned, a year removed from being a 2nd-round pick. So what are your thoughts on the trade? Let us know in the comments section below. Are you for it? Are you a little bit confused by it? Sound off. And as always, guys, make sure to subscribe to Boot Crew Media because week 2 for the Saints is starting this Sunday. Saints-Niners. We'll have coverage here, halftime and post-game live stream here on the Straight Up Saints podcast, the destination for the Who Dat Nation.